Hey guys, so in this review I want to go through a new product called Curation Cloud. Now this is released by Richard Fairburn, Paul O'Keefe and Steve Harvey. Now in a nutshell, this product allows you to take other people's content and put it on your own blogs and social media sites, and they're selling it as an application that allows you to drive more traffic to your own products and services. So what we're going to do is I'll give you a product overview, we'll have a look through that members area, we'll have a quick look at the sales page, I'll take you through the OTOs or the upgrades, I'll show you what's good about this product, what's kind of things I think are maybe not so good about the product, and then I'll kind of summarize, and then based on that you can make your own more informed decision about whether you want to purchase. So just some of the key points on the sales page itself. They're saying this is done for you curated content. They're talking about endless traffic, and I've got a few things to say about that a bit later on. They're saying this is a cloud-based app. You can auto-post to blogs and social media, and you can legally steal other people's content. So the two main things I want to kind of talk about a little bit later on in this review is the endless traffic and the fact you can legally steal other people's content. So they're kind of the two highlighting points there here that maybe we'll talk about a bit later. So what I'm going to do is go straight into the members area and show you around. So I'm over on the Curation Cloud members area. Now the initial dashboard is just the amount of blogs you've got attached to this, the WordPress sites you've got attached to this, the number of social media accounts you've got attached, and the number of blog posts you've actually posted so far. So pretty basic. The content itself, I'm going to come back to this piece. This is where you actually find your content and then post it to your various accounts. So this is the interface you use for that. The social media accounts tab is where you actually attach various social media accounts. Blogs as well, where you attach your various blogs. And up here on the right hand side, if you hit create blog, they'll take you through how to actually attach a blog to this. Calendar is the part of the scheduling piece where it'll show you exactly what content you've got scheduled over the next few weeks, months. Now you can do this over the year if you want to. You can see this is by year. So you can have as much scheduling as you want. And there is a bulk upload feature here at the bottom here that allows you to put a lot of content in here very quickly for it to be scheduled. So that's quite cool. The tutorials are here, really good, no problems here, very short, very basic, but they teach you how to use the system. No issues with the tutorials. RSS feed is slightly more advanced. It allows you to set up an RSS feed to your various blogs to get content from various locations quickly. So that's kind of one of the OTOs. And then obviously I talked about the bulk upload. So let's talk about the content now. This is just a search functionality for your various content. So you just come up here and you would search some kind of keyword. Now I'll just be a bit generic here. From a certain period, so 24 hours, 7 days, or any. 24 hours allows you to get very fresh content. You can sort by date if you want, and you can sort by the source. Now, on this version, there's only one source. Apparently, there's many more sources on the other versions that you can actually purchase. So you can go into a specific site and actually find sources from that site. So you can say that you want a certain minimum word count, and you can require an image if you want, and then you can just search, and it'll go straight away. And it'll go off and scrape the web, and it'll find these various articles for you. So what you do here then is you can come along here and actually view the article a bit more here. If you wanted to view this Forex one, it takes you over to the site that it originally comes from, and you can go through and you can view this. So there's a slight delay there. Once I viewed this article, it actually opened it in the same tab and then closed this down. So I had to come back and then research. So that's a little bit of a glitch. I hope they iron that out. Anyway, so here's the article that I was talking about, this best Forex trading app. If you wanted to post this, you come down here and just hit post, and then it opens this WordPress type editor. Very, very simple editor, but it'll allow you to just change some of the content here, and you can see the images here. You can't really change them, but you can add things to the content if you want to. You do really need to add some kind of link to this. The link that they provide with it is one that you need to keep, is actually back to the original origin of this particular article. And then you can go ahead, if you want to share this to various locations and create backlinks, you can do it with Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, whatever that is, Pinterest, Reddit, Instagram. So there's various things that you can actually go ahead and share. And that's what they're saying on the sales page is your backlinks. So you can either publish this or schedule it. Now, if you want to schedule it, you just hit the schedule and you hit that, and then there'll be a calendar here. And you can schedule this for years out if you want. It doesn't really matter. And that'll show up on the calendar then on the main dashboard. So that's how you schedule. Now if I wanted to post this, just publish it straight away, I would hit publish. and then I would go ahead and find the account. So I'm going to knock off all these accounts. So I've only got the School of Nomads one left, and I would just go ahead and publish this. Now if I just go over to my Facebook page, I'll show you what this looks like in Facebook. So here's the actual article in Facebook. Now it's obviously got the original link back, which is quite critical, back to the original site. Now you would have to somehow link this back to your blog as well, so you'd have to add a link back to your blog if you wanted to get people back to there. You can't really change this one, which is kind of an issue I saw off a different article. So this is what this actually looks like as far as posting to your particular social media. I'm going to show you what it looks like now on a blog. So this is the blog that they use in their training to show what can be done. Now this is just a newspaper template that you can get in WordPress, right? So you can go ahead and replicate this if you wanted to, but there is a kind of issue with the way that this particular one has been done. Now I want to show you yahoo.com, which is what really this is being modeled on. If you look at yahoo.com, they have all the articles on the left hand side here, very similar, but on each of these articles they have the originator of the article on top here. So this is coming from Hello Magazine, this is coming from Raging Bull, as some kind of advert, this is coming from the Independent newspaper, this is coming from Total AV. So they've got lots and lots of different articles on here. They're all being shown as having an originator that's different to the actual site here, which is Yahoo. Now if I hit this, you can go ahead and see this article on Yahoo. It doesn't come off Yahoo if you actually read the article, right? So this is yahoo.com, this is the actual article itself. Now the reason I'm telling you this is that people are staying on yahoo.com to read these various articles. If I look at this one from Hello, they're not actually being directed towards Hello, they can actually read it all on this particular site, right? Now the way they monetize this is obviously AdSense, because on the right hand side here, these are all AdSense type ads, and people actually are obviously paying these to get these ads on here. I was looking at some video stuff on a different platform, and videos ads has just turned up there. So this is AdSense, right? And then this is how this site's being monetized. But also people like Yahoo get paid to put ads in their actual site because they're such a big search engine. So there's kind of some differences here in the way that this is monetized in comparison to the way that you would do it. So if I just come over to the actual blog itself very quickly. So this is our main blog again. This is the News Magazine blog. This is the one they use in their training. Now each of these articles is saying Steve Harvey 212 wrote the article. If you remember when I went over to Yahoo, each one of these had the original folks that actually developed the article. So they were creating the articles, but they weren't saying that they actually wrote them. Now on here, they are. So this would tell me that Steve 212 actually wrote this article. And there's Steve 212, etc. So I think it's a bit of an issue on this particular blog. Now, again, I don't know if this is because this was rushly put together, but that's not the way that you need to do article curation. If I clicked on the article itself, I come over, as it stands, with them saying that they claiming ownership, this is copyrighted, that's copyrighted, and the content's copyrighted. Now if I go to continue reading here, this is when it takes me over to Variety, who were actually the original source of this article, and it's actually Peter de Bruges who wrote the article. So he should really be credited, or at least Variety should be credited on your own blog. Not just some random click over to their site that before you know it's actually not your content. So you've got to be careful of that if you're going to use this particular tactic, that you actually do the curation. Again, that's videos adverts just chased me over here as well. So you've got to be careful of that, right? Because this is copyright that you're messing about with here, something that can get you in a lot of trouble very quickly. So the second thing around this is the fact that it came off the site to go to Variety. Again, is a bit of a leakage, because if you remember on Yahoo, it didn't. It stayed on Yahoo's site, and you could see the rest of the article on Yahoo. So you never really come off there. So there's always more chance of people actually hitting your particular adverts. But that's the second issue. So if you're going to build a blog from this, be careful. Make sure that you actually cite the relevant people with the articles. Even this one. This is a Disney article here, and if I click on this, it's going to tell me that Steve Harvey wrote the article. It says by Steve Harvey. And it does the same when you share these. If I share these to my Facebook platform, it actually tells me that the originator of this was this blog. It doesn't tell me the originator was the actual people who wrote the article. And I can tell you that by going over to quickly, because I did this earlier. This is where I saved it. This is where I shared it over to my blog. And it says that this bluehost.me is the originator of that particular article, and it's not. So you've got to be careful. I think we've got to be a little bit careful around copyright here. So guys, I'm no lawyer here, but I just want to kind of go through some of the curation considerations that you need to have when you're considering buying something like this software. And just go online and just put in copyright and curation into Google, and it will come up with these kind of things. So you need to ask for permission. You can kind of get away with that sometimes now if you go ahead and you just cite the original author very clearly. Are you going to be changing the content? Are you going to be using it as a wider article? Do you use other sources in the same post? So can you get a collection of articles, put them in the same post and use them as references? How can you ensure the images aren't copyright? So are you ensuring that they're not copyright? There's a reason you have to pay for images online. Some are royalty free, some you pay for. You can't just go and use any old image online. That's not a thing. You need to ensure the original author is clearly acknowledged, and are you using the content for personal gain? That's one of the biggest things with copyright laws, is that you can't use other people's content for your own personal gain unless you've got permission to do that. So it's kind of the main. Now the upgrades are, the front end is $27, the OTO one is $37 down to $27. The second numbers are always kind of the downsell, so take the second number if you're really interested. The Curation Cloud monetization and 70 done for you campaigns. OTO 2 is $47 down to $37. Curation Cloud Pro, RSS feeds, social backlinks. And OTO 3 is $497, done for you starter kit and a full online business. Now those social backlinks, you have to buy OTO 2 to get the social backlinks apparently. So now the pros, it's a done for you system. The software does work, it looks good enough, it's easy enough to use, it's a good tactic if done with your own content. If you're trying to build a blog out from fresh, from new, I wouldn't use some tactic like this. I'd really be trying to put my own content in there first and really learning about how to do blogging. But if you've got an established blog and you understand copyright and you're not going to jump all over copyright laws, this could be a good way for you to fill up your particular social media accounts or blogs. And what's not so good, the traffic. The traffic's an issue. Whenever they talk about SEO or sharing things to social media and getting tons of traffic, it's not a thing unless you've got a big following. Now, whenever you were searching for one of the topics of the particular articles, your blog's not going to be nowhere to be seen. Unless somebody already knows about it, you're going to be well down the rankings and you're not going to suddenly jump to the top of Google because you're sharing loads of curated content. So Google looks for original content. That's what it likes to see. It's not going to look for some curated piece of content and you suddenly having tons of traffic to that. So just be careful around that. I don't think there is going to be that much traffic from this unless you've got an original audience. You are jumping over potential copyright issues. Be very careful of that. Guaranteed 14 days, very loose. Just look at the guarantee before you go ahead and purchase. It's not your content you're using, so again, you could be infringing copyright. And the monetization is not clear, especially for newbies. You could use things like Google AdSense. You could use any kind of affiliate type links. There is monetization you can do on your blog, obviously, but it's not really clear how you would do it in conjunction with this particular curated content. So I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10, mainly because I'm not really aligned with this overall tactic for newbies, for people who are beginning. Because you are dancing around copyright issues, your images may well be copyrighted. That's easy to spot online. People can actually go in and just do image searches and very quickly find if your images are copyrighted. So you could have some kind of potential problem. So I think this is problematic. I do like the software, and I think if you really understand this topic much better than I do, then maybe it could be something that you could utilize. So guys, I hope you found this review useful. If you're using this software and getting success, I'd love to hear about it. Please leave a comment below. This has been Richard Darby. This is the School of Nomads. If you haven't been over to our channel before, please go ahead and hit subscribe and notification bell, and I'll let you know whenever I release new videos. And guys, if you want to learn about affiliate marketing, go ahead and hit the link in the description below over to our free 12-step action plan, and we'll take you through the whole process step by step. Until next time guys, take care.